What's going on, guys? Lone Driver Mike again, bringing you another video. Now in this video we're going to talk about tips. Now, you know what, last night I got slightly pissed about a few orders. Yeah, at least like with a few orders. I mean, in the end I don't really care, because with Doordash they pay the extra money. If the customer doesn't tip, they have to pay the extra money. You know what I'm saying? But if they tip, then Doordash uses that against you. Because on the short orders, I work downtown. The short orders, they offer $6 max. It's rare they give you more than $6 for that. So basically, like, if they tip you like $5 on an order, Doordash will give $1. That's it. So I'll get $6. But I mean, I really can't complain, because it's like, okay, I'm only going a mile, maybe 2 miles at most, and I get $6, which is not bad. It's more than $1 a mile. But on the other hand, before Doordash used to pay a flat $5. It used to be more fair back in the day. But some people say it's fair now, only because if they don't tip, then they're forced to pay the extra $6 or $7 or $8, depending on the distance. So the Doordash pay structure, it's debatable. I mean, we can debate this for many hours. You know, you're gonna have people for Doordash's new pay model, and you're gonna have a lot of people against Doordash's new pay model. So, I mean, it only works when, like, the customer doesn't tip, and then he decides to tip cash. So, like, that's the only way it's gonna work out. Because, like, if you tip on the app, let's say you tip like $4 or $5, Doordash will only pay us $1 or $2. That's it, for the delivery fee, for all these miles and all that. But then if you don't tip, then they're forced to pay $6. They're forced to pay the lowest. They try to pay you as low as possible. So I get it. I mean, it's a business. But you charge, Doordash charges the customer usually at least $7, $8, sometimes $10 for the delivery fee and taxes and service and all that. So the fee is the delivery fee and tax and service and all that crap. What Doordash gets, they charge customer roughly around $10. So you telling me they charge customer $10, right? $10, and then let's just say the customer tips decent. Let's just say he throws you $5, which is not bad. I'm not complaining. $5 is good, but it depends on the amount. How much did they order, right? Like I like to get tipped at least 15% of the order. Now you will have people that will physically change the tip. It's already set at 15%. You see what I'm saying? It's already set at 15%. So on these like big orders, go on, guys. It's your right away. On these bigger orders, I'm hoping for that $15% tip. You know what I'm saying? So if they order like $50 or $60, it's set. The tip's already set at like $7, $8, $9. It's already automatically set. So, like, if you don't want to tip on the app, you can tip me cash. That's fine. You know. But last night, guys, I was so pissed, man, because I got this big old order, right? I got this huge order, $60 order, $65 order. It was like 2 large pizzas and like like a pound or 2 of wings. I mean, this was a big order. So it was like, it could probably feed at least 4 or 5, maybe even 6 people. I mean, it was a lot of food. 2 large pizzas, Chicago Fire. It was a decent order, and this is Friday night. This was last night, so I'm talking about Friday night. So I don't expect tips to be like perfect and great all the time, but when I get a big order, I'm expecting at least 15%. I mean, I'm sorry, maybe that makes me sound like an asshole or greedy or whatever, but man, I work every day, man. I'm serious. And believe me, any kind of big tips and everything, I don't get no big tips. Like on these small orders and downtown quick orders, most of the payouts are $6. So like I said, the tip the tip is going to be like, they're going to tip like maybe $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, and then like DoorDash has to compensate for the rest. So like I said, the max downtown, I'm going to get these short orders, $6. I mean, I'm not complaining, but at the same time, they use the customer's tip against me, right? So if the customer tips, for example, $5, so if you're a customer and you decide to tip me $5 on the app, I will get that full $5, but then my payout from DoorDash will be $1. You see what I'm talking about? So if you want to make sure we get paid, if we get paid fairly, if you're not going to tip a huge amount, you should just tip cash. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to tip like $10 on the app or $15 on the app or something good, you know what I'm saying? You should just, I mean, I try to encourage most customers to tip cash because DoorDash's new pay model now, they make it difficult to make decent money. The only way to make decent money now is from the customer. No, I'm being honest. That's the only way now. It used to be, okay, DoorDash would pay the flat $5 every time, no matter what. So if you took 20 orders, you would make literally $100 from DoorDash plus your tips. So that's not bad, you know what I'm saying? But so that's the only way you can actually make money on DoorDash, because DoorDash is not paying the extra money. You know, like they're not paying that much, and they charge customer $10. So like if you don't tip, basically we get the $6, but then that's it. We don't get no extra money from that. So I don't know. Last night I got a $60 order, man. Let me get into this. This really pissed me off. I picked it up. It was ready. This was from Chicago Fire. I slightly declined. I declined all orders from them for like the past 2 or 3 months. Because last time I actually went in there and I'm like, it was supposed to be ready. Well, the time, see, this is what I tell all the restaurants. Some restaurants nowadays, they're like telling me like, oh, sorry, we have to obey by the time on the DoorDash app. I said, but is the food ready? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, are you telling me the food's ready and it's sitting there and it says, well, you're not supposed to pick it up till 7:30, so you're early? That just gets my blood boiling. Excuse me, when I get the order, I'm supposed to arrive at the restaurant, and if it's ready, you're supposed to give me the order. Like, that's how it goes. It doesn't matter if I'm early. It doesn't matter if oh, well, we made the order and it's ready, but DoorDash says you're not supposed to pick it up yet. Excuse me, DoorDash doesn't say that. The time on the freaking app is just a ballpark number. That the time says, okay, he's supposed to pick it up at 7:30. That's the latest time. I can actually pick it up before that time. So when I heard they were doing that, Chicago Fire, I said, excuse me, what do you mean 8 minutes? You know what I'm saying? And I saw there's like this little tray with all the food stored, and I saw that whole tray was filled with all these pizzas and all this food. I'm like, man, I swear to God, my food is right there. But I didn't say that. I said, you know what, forget it. She expected me to wait 8 more minutes because the DoorDash told me, oh yeah, oh, the DoorDash app said to wait 8 minutes. No, that's BS. It doesn't tell you wait 8 minutes. All it says is this is the pickup time, 7:30. But if the order's ready and I'm arrived early, so you're telling me that the customer can't get his food early? Is that what you're telling me? That's BS, man. The customer, she's supposed to get his food on time or early. So I actually banned Chicago Fire for a while. When I got there, I was very hesitant. I was very hesitant to accept it, but it was a $60 order. It was only like 2 miles, so you know, I'm like, it was like after 8 o'clock, so you know, I'm thinking maybe it died down. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take a risk. Let me take a gamble and just accept it. You know what I'm saying? So I accepted it. I got there. I was a little bit early, like 5 minutes earlier than the time says. But, you know, I accepted it, drove there, you know, didn't rush or anything. It was ready. I'm like, okay, cool. She didn't give me no BS. And it was ready. I'm like, oh, cool, it's ready. And she was like, oh, yeah, it is ready. I'm like, oh. And I explained why I was acting like that. I'm like, oh, well, because last time you guys were, like, really late. And you guys weren't, like, the order was ready and you didn't give me the order or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the last few months I haven't been accepting your guys' order because you've been making all my orders late, and the customer, I've been getting a lot of complaints from the customer. You guys, you know, the food's cold, it's been sitting there, it's ready, but then you won't give me the order because the Doordash says, Doordash doesn't tell you, oh, 7:30 that you have to give them the food. If I'm there early, you can give me the food already, and then I can get there early and the pizza's hot and fresh, you know? So I told her, okay, whatever, it's cool. She's like, oh, sorry about that. It's like, no, that was months ago. It's cool. Looks like you guys either got a new manager or DoorDash talked to you already about it. So if I'm at a restaurant or if they're messing up, I just decline the orders for like 2 or 3 months, and then maybe, you know, they change their ways or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I pick up the order. You know, it tells me, okay, drop it off on 11th Street. So it's over here. Yeah, if you know downtown, you know the streets. I'm not gonna explain it, but yeah, I was on 11th Street. So I got there. It was telling me it was like on a street, but it's not like you can't go through. So I'm like, okay. So I was thinking maybe it was a business. So I went through the alleyway. So then I parked, and then I called him up, and he said, okay, yeah, I'll come out. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just not sure if I'm at the right place or, you know what I'm saying? So he did come out, and then he didn't, I didn't see him, so I'm like, you know what? I think I knew what happened. He put 11th Street, not Avenue, which it's okay. It happens, you know what I'm saying? So I text him. Instead of calling him back, I just text him. I said, oh, are you on 11th Street or 11th Avenue? He put 11th Ave. So at first he doesn't admit fault. He just texts back, I'm on 11th Avenue. So I confronted him about it. I said, yeah, it looks like the app got messed up because, and I screenshot, you know what I'm saying? Because some customers think you're lying, or they think like you're making stuff up. So I'm like, I'll screenshot you my location and what the app says, because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I don't put up with that. Like, if it's not my fault, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not putting the blame. I'm not putting the blame on myself. So I'm like, I told him, I'm like, either you accidentally put in the wrong address or DoorDash messed up or something. And then he finally admitted. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. You know what? That was my fault. I apologize. I said, it's cool. I said, okay, yeah, so you're in the Land Park area, 11th Avenue. He's like, yes, I am. I'm like, okay, cool. I said, no big deal, my friend. Easy fix, 2.5 miles. 2.5 miles, 8 minutes. Give me 8 minutes. That's it. I was late, but I was only late because he put the wrong address. So actually, I was late. He got his order late because he made the mistake. So I was actually on time, but to the original address. But he actually, he put the wrong address. So that was his own fault. But the food was hot and fresh, so there's no, I got him cheese, peppers, extra ranch, napkins. I mean, when I give the food to the customer, I make sure they get all their stuff. Their ranch, their sauces, cheese, peppers, plates, napkins. I get them whatever, as much as I can get them. You know what I'm saying? So when after all said and done, you know, and he was texting me back like, oh yeah, this and that, like, oh, sorry about that. So he seemed like a cool guy, so I thought I was going to get well compensated. I thought I was already going to get a big tip because it was a $65 order. So if you do 65 of 15%, that's like 6 plus 3, 9. So I would have got like a $9, $10 tip, plus DoorDash would have had to throw an extra $1. So I would have got maybe like $11, $12 payout, maybe more. At least $10 payout. That's what I was thinking in my mind. So I'm like, okay, I have to go to this guy, and there's this thing called a reroute bonus on DoorDash. Now, a lot of drivers don't know this, and I think I should make a separate video like explaining this, so I can let you guys know about it. But if there's the customer put the wrong address, you can actually notify DoorDash. Let them know before you drop it off. Let them know the customer put the wrong address. Screenshot. You don't have to screenshot. I just told him, I'm like, 2.5 miles. I had to drive an extra 2.5 miles to drop it off. I just straight up told him. And then DoorDash kept saying, you know, they just have their procedure. They're like, oh, I can update the address for you and all this. I said, don't worry about it. I already dropped it off. Yeah, so before I dropped it off, I got there. He didn't apologize. He was just like, oh, yeah, thanks, you know. And he's just like saying, oh, yeah, thank you and all this. I appreciate it. I mean, so I'm like, okay. But I thought I was going to get like an extra tip. Like, oh, I'm sorry about that, bro. I mean, he lives in Land Park. If you ever been to Land Park in Sacramento, it's a rich area. It's a little bit below downtown, but it's close enough to where, you know, it's pretty much downtown. You know, it's like 5 minutes from downtown, literally. So, people who live in Land Park, they're nice houses. Everything is nice. There's parks. I mean, it's really, really nice. It's a rich area. So I'm like, oh man, this guy didn't throw me like a $5 bill or something. You know what I'm saying? For like, oh, sorry about that. You know, some people will actually do that. But people actually lie and say, oh yeah, hey bro, can I get this? Can I get that? Or can you throw extra this? I'll get you an extra tip. Or they say all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then they don't do it. It's like, why lie? Don't even say you're going to tip me extra if you're not going to do it. But this guy didn't say he was going to give me an extra tip, but I was assuming, you know what I'm saying? Just because he put the wrong address, it was his fault. I'm wasting my extra miles and my gas for him. You know, he doesn't know there's a reroute bonus with Doordash. So I'm like, okay, he's going to feel bad. He's going to throw me $5. He didn't throw me no extra money. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? At that point, I was just pissed. He put the wrong address. He was acting all nice over text message. And he lives in a nice area. This ain't no fucking, like, the ghetto. He lives in Land Park, man. Those houses are expensive. He lives in a nice area. Even downtown is expensive, but Land Park is really expensive too. It's more expensive because they're houses. They're really nice houses. So I was just shaking my head. Whatever. I gave him his pizza. I told him I got your cheese, peppers, I got your ranch and all this. And then I gave him the food. And then, like, as I was walking to my car, I saw him, like, running to his house. Like he was either scared or he was drunk, or I don't know why he was running to his house. Like, or if he was, like, really, really hungry and he was upset that I was late. But it was his fault that he put the wrong address. So, like, I literally gave him his food. And then, like, he started running. He started running to his house. What the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so I saw this guy. I'm like, man, this guy's a fucking, I don't know. This guy is I don't know how old he was, but maybe he was the kid, or maybe he was the son of the dad, or I don't know, man. I'm like, he didn't look that young though. So I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, man? He's acting all nice through text message. I get there. He's fucking acting all weird. He didn't give me no extra tip for that mistake. I mean, especially if it was the customer's mistake, you should be like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, come up with like $5 or a few dollars, $2 or $3. Hey, sorry about that. I know this doesn't make up for it, but here you go. It's better than nothing. I'll be greatly appreciative. You know, throw me an extra $2 or $3 or $4 or $5 for that mistake. So I'm just like, oh man. So before I ended it, I told Doordash about the whole, hey, I need a reroute bonus. And the representative was like, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I said, look, man, I've done this many times before. If the customer puts the wrong address, it was his fault. You could read his text messages. You can read our conversation between each other. He put the wrong address. It was his fault. I went 2.5 miles, so I just need my extra money. He's like, oh, do you need the address and all this? I said, no. I told the representative, no. I don't need nothing. I don't need no address. The order's completed. I just need my money. That's it. So, and then finally, he said, let me check for that for you and all this stuff. And then finally, he's like, okay, yeah, we'll give you an extra $3.13. So I said, that's fine. $3, that's fine. $1 a mile extra, that's fine. So I ended it. I was thinking the payout was going to be like, the $3 was going to be a separate payment. So that wasn't part of the order, but it was going to be like a separate payout. Like $3 extra would have been like a separate, not part of the order. So when I ended it, I slid it, right? I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get like $10 payout or something. He probably tipped on the app. Sorry, there's a cop, so I gotta put my phone down and shit. So yeah, I thought he was going to I thought I was gonna get a good tip and everything. Find out it was a $6 payout. I mean, I'm like, are you fucking $60 order, guys? I mean, $65 order worth of pizza and boneless wings and ranch. I got them extra. Napkins, plates, all this kind of stuff. And he probably, so the most he tipped, I didn't check how much he tipped because I was like, I was just sliding it, ending it. I didn't care. But you know what? The most he tipped was like maybe $5. But I'm starting to think the way he was acting, you know what I'm saying? He probably didn't even tip me nothing. I bet you that full $6 came from Doordash. You know what I'm saying? Alright, cop's gone, sorry. Yeah. So, I bet you that full $6 came from Doordash. He probably didn't even tip, but I mean, if he did tip, it was maybe $5. But that's not 15% of $65 order. So the only way he can lower the tip is he has to physically change it. So he physically changed it. I mean, what a cheap ass. I mean, are you kidding me? You know, on $65, 15% of 65 is like $9 tip. You know what I'm saying? $9, $10 tip. So he had to physically change it. So he's that much of a cheap ass. The tip is already set. Everything's set. The fees and the tip is already set. All you have to do is press, okay, enter the, yes, place the order. That's all he has to do on DoorDash. Place the order. He sees the tip. Oh, it's too much. He goes and changes it. That's the only way you can change the tip, is you have to go to other. I know what I'm talking about. On DoorDash app, it's set to 15%. Or if it's a really small order, it's automatically set at like $3. So yeah, he had to physically go to other and change it. So either he lowered it to 5 or he lowered it to 0 or something. So I'm like, oh man. So that just ticks me off. If you want to please your driver, tip appropriately, man. Especially on these big ass orders, $60 orders, $70 order. If it's set at 15% and my tip is $7, $8, $9, then just leave it alone. I mean, that's a good tip for me, man. That's perfect. That's good. That's what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. So when I saw that, man, I'm like, I cannot believe. I was so pissed. And then it's funny. Later on in the night, I got a Del Taco order, and that was about $60 order too, roughly. It was like $55. I got him all his stuff. I ordered everything. He called me up. He said he wanted sour cream. I said, okay, that's going to be extra charge. He said, oh, don't worry, bro, I'll give you cash. So he's telling me I was going to tip me in cash and all that. So I said, oh, okay, whatever. So I just ordered the extra sour cream, got the sauce. And sour cream at Del Taco's 50 cents. And he wanted 2. So it cost $1. Cost me $1. I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cost me $1. So then, yeah, I did everything. I delivered to him. I gave him everything. And then you know what he told me? He's like, oh, I couldn't find my cash. He was all drunk. And like I got there, he was acting all scared. He's like, oh, bro, I'm sorry. I'll tip you on the app. I'm like, what the heck? Because you can't tip on the app after you can only tip before you place the order. That's the only way you can tip is before you get the order. Before you place the order is the only time you can tip on DoorDash. You can't tip after. Once I give you your food, you can't tip no more unless you give me cash. That's the only way. So he was saying all this crap, so I'm just like, I was acting nice. I'm like, it's cool, dude. Don't worry about it. Like, it's cool. I got you everything. I got, you know, I gave him my caviar card because I'm trying to boost caviar's business in Sacramento. They're pretty solid busy, but I mean not as solid as DoorDash. So I'm trying to bump them up a little bit. So anyways, yeah, he was cool, but yeah, I ended the dash. I actually wanted to check his tip, so I went back and checked, and actually I did the math. He actually ended up tipping like $7, yeah, about $7. So actually, it was already set at $7 and some change, or $8 or something. So actually, it was set. So that $55 was probably set at 15%. So either he knew he tipped on the app, or he was just too drunk and he left it alone. So I'm not sure what, but for the benefit of the doubt, I'm just thinking that he just tipped appropriately. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, when people are drunk, they're just like, oh, whatever, place the order. I'm thinking that's what happened, but, you know, but he did the right thing, you know, like it was set at 55, the tip was forced at $7 or $8, and he just accepted it, so that was it. So he tipped good. So this drunk guy that lives over here in downtown, it's cheaper rent, he tipped better than the guy that's rich, that has a big old house on 11th Avenue in Land Park. That guy, he tipped more than the rich guy. You see what I'm talking about? So believe me, don't judge a book by its cover. You might think, oh, this guy's rich and he ordered a lot of food. He's a cheap ass. Oh, and this brings me to another thing. Last night, I ended up delivering to a hotel. He was on the 26th floor. He was in the VIP. I tried to get up there. It wouldn't let me. You needed a key to get up there. I went to the security desk. I said, can you get me up to the 26th floor? I'm trying to drop off food. Oh, sorry. This is the suite, the VIP floor. You can't go up there. I said, well, I'm trying to drop off the food here. He's like, no. That's our most expensive floor. No one can go up there except unless you have a key. He's like, and they're like, some hotel workers can't even get up there. You know, you have to have access and all this kind of stuff. I said, okay, whatever. So that was like, it was like a small order, but it was like a nice hotel. He got the most expensive hotel room, suites. So he probably paid like $300 a night for that. When you think of a suite hotel, they have like, it's like a little mini apartment. I'm not playing around. It's like there's like a jacuzzi, a shower, 2 bathrooms, a fireplace. I've had a suite at the casino before. I've won big. I've won big before, and they upgraded me to a suite. That was awesome. But who knows? Their suite might have been better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, man. So I told him, okay, you have to come down. He said, okay, that's fine. So he finally came down, and okay, whatever. He didn't give me cash. I thought he was going to give me cash. He didn't. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get an extra tip on the app. I checked, $6 payout. So you know what? Just out of curiosity, I went to see if he actually did tip. So I only had one order, so I was going to calculate the money. So I went back, okay, 117.11, or yeah, that was the tip amount. So I ended it. I went back. Guess what? The tip was the same, 117.11. So you know what? That full $6 came from Doordash. So this motherfucking guy, got a suite at the Grand Sheraton on J Street, downtown, the most expensive hotel downtown. He got a room on the 26th level, the very top level, the most expensive room that you can get. So he got the most expensive room. He went to the most expensive hotel at the most expensive room, the most expensive suite in Sacramento. So he probably paid at least $300. At least $300 for a night. And this guy didn't tip me. So you see what I'm talking about? Don't judge a book just because they're rich. They don't mean they're gonna freaking tip you and everything. I mean, I cannot believe this guy. I'm more mad at that guy than the guy on Land Park. You know what I'm saying? I cannot believe it. Especially when you're at a hotel, man. You're supposed to tip your delivery drivers and shit. You know, because it's just a service. You know, you're stuck at your hotel, you're on vacation, you have money, obviously, to get a hotel and have fun, and you're on your vacation and all that, so you don't have the money to tip your driver, man? Shit. I just could not believe it, man. So, you know what? I couldn't believe it, but it's cool. Caviar, my caviar customers, everyone tipped me but one, so I was very happy. I ended up getting 9 caviars last night. 8 people tipped, and 1 didn't tip. So the caviar was successful, like a successful shift for caviar. But yeah, basically I just made this video just to rant a little bit and to let you know how the tip goes. Like, and this message is mostly for the customer. Like, if you're gonna tip, man, if you could tip cash, that'd be awesome. But if not, then just tip appropriately on the app. Because, I mean, you're ordering like a $60 order, a $70 order, and the tip's set at like, let's say $10 or $10 to $15. Just leave it alone, honestly. You're already spending how much money on your food? $70, $80, $100? And you telling me you can't throw an extra $20 or $15 for the tip? I mean, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. You're already spending how much money already? And you can't throw an extra $10? You're telling me, oh, if I tip you $10, I'm going to be broke. I mean, I get it if you don't have the money and everything. But shit, if you got the money, just throw an extra $10, man. You don't have to be exact, but if it's 15% of 100 is 15, then just leave it at 15 or 50. You know, if you want to do 20%, throw me $20 tip. I mean, whatever, man. But that's what I'm saying. People have money, but they don't tip appropriately, man. It pisses me off. If you're going to tip, at least tip 15%. If you don't tip on the app, give me cash. I prefer cash, but you know, it's cool. I mean, it just upsets me because I do my job right, man. I'm out here wasting my gas, my time. You know, I wear a nice button-up shirt for you guys. I just got a haircut. I try to shave. I try to do all this stuff. And I deliver all this food to you guys and waste my gas and wear and tear on my car. And I get there and you guys don't tip me, or you tip me less than 10% of the order, or 5% of the order, or sometimes you don't even tip. I mean, I get you pay the fee, but come on, that's the fee. That goes to Doordash. You know what I'm saying? Part of that, I only get part of that. I don't get all of that. If I got $10 plus tip, hell yeah, that'd be awesome. If I got $10 per order, I wouldn't ask for no tips, honestly. If I got $10 an order, I wouldn't care about tips. But I only get $6 per order. So yeah, I need some tips, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just wanted to make a rant video. I just wanted to talk about this. But yeah, if you're gonna tip, man, tip appropriately, because that's, plus, especially when it's Friday night and everything. It's freaking Friday night. Y'all got paid. Y'all got your money. There's no work today. Saturday, there's no work the next day. You can't tip me, man. Saturdays and Sundays, I'm supposed to be getting big tips, especially from these big old $60, $70 orders. And I go and check and I don't get no tips and shit. I mean, that Del Taco order, he tipped good. He tipped like $8. But I'm starting to think that he didn't even know he tipped me. I don't know, but I got tipped good from him. But everyone else, man, ripped me off, dude. That's just BS, man. If you're gonna order food, man, delivered, tip your driver. Do the right thing. Tip your driver. Don't be a cheap ass. Seriously, throw $5, $10. If it's a huge order, throw me $15, $20. I mean, I've delivered like $200 orders before and $150. You know, I got like a $29 tip on a huge order. So I mean, he tipped good. So I mean, that's just how it's supposed to go. You're already spending over $100 or $200 or even $70, $80. That's a lot of money. You might as well just make it an even $100 and tip me $20. You know what I'm saying? What difference does it make? It's $20. I mean, are you gonna go hungry if you tip me that $20? I mean, you shouldn't. If you are, then why the heck are you spending your last $80 on delivery? You should be getting groceries with that $80, or you should be going to McDonald's or something. You know, get some cheap food. You know what I'm saying? It's just, some people are just not good. You know, just not, you know what I'm saying? They're not good people. They don't think about their drivers. They don't think about their waitresses, the service they give, and you know, they don't tip, and they're cheap. And I mean, I believe in karma. It's all going to come around in the end. So, you know what I'm saying? Just do the right thing. We only live one life, man. So do the right thing, man. Tip your drivers, dude. You know, tip your valet drivers, the people that park your car, your waitresses that go the extra mile and get you all these drinks and extra food and sneaks you extra soup and all this. Tip them, man. This is, you know what I'm saying? Life's too short, man. If you're going to be a cheap ass, I mean, come on. When you die, you can't take your money with you. That's what I'm saying.